November 18th, 1990. That's the day I died. But let me back up a little bit. A year earlier was when it started. He walked out of the woods near my small town, dressed in a clown suit and covered in dried blood. In a psychotic rage, he went to every house on Maple Street and chopped up anyone he found. Not even the pets were safe from this killer clown's meltdown. Dozens of witnesses saw their neighbors die at the hands of a murderous bozo, but the cops never could find him. It was as though he disappeared once his craving for blood had been satisfied. The town was never the same. Neighborhood watches became mandatory, and no one under the age of 18 could be out after 9 p.m. My dad kept an arsenal of guns in every room in the house, so he felt we were pretty safe. My brother, who was borderline insane, wanted more than anything to come face to face with the clown from Maple Street. I was 13 and refused to be scared of anything. Then came November 18th, 1990, and with it the premiere of It. Most parents in town refused to let their children so much as mention the TV special, but my dad was working, so my brother and I decided to do the one thing he asked us not to do. We watched it. Calling the film scary would be the understatement of the century. As if I wasn't frightened enough, my brother suggested we take a trip to Maple Street. Some kids from school were planning to sneak to the forbidden part of town, and he wanted in on it. "What are you, a chicken?" my brother mocked. "Of course not." And so we went. Maple Street was something straight from the set of a horror movie. The road was permanently blocked off, and the driveways and front porches had bloodstains that seemed as if they could never wash away. One of my classmates, a tall boy with red hair that reached the sky, took the lead onto the street. "If we're real quiet, I bet we can hear the ghosts." My brother rolled his eyes. "Ghosts aren't real." A tiny girl with a jacket that drugged the ground spoke up then. "You don't know that." She locked eyes with me and said, "Tell your brother he doesn't know everything." "You don't know everything." My brother grumbled something about being the oldest, and therefore the smartest, then stomped a few feet ahead. Just then, a high-pitched laugh came from the house nearest us. It caused goosebumps to rise on my arms and had me reaching for my brother. The laugh came again, louder and closer. My brother took a few steps back so he could grab onto the sleeve of my windbreaker. Another laugh, but this time we saw who was making it. A clown stood on the porch of the house across from us. In both his hands were bloody and rusty knives, the kind used to carve turkey on Thanksgiving. His mouth was pulled into a sick smile that seemed to stretch all the way around his head. He laughed again, this time a low growl of a sound, and began to run. "Go!" my brother shouted, and then he was pulling me down the street. I struggled to get my footing so I could keep up, but my legs had cut off contact with my brain. The laughter continued, echoing off the cars and houses surrounding us. I could hear the giant footsteps gaining on us. Suddenly, there was a hand in my hair, ripping me from my brother's grip and sending me onto the busted sidewalk. "Help!" I begged. My brother had already started running back for me, but it was too late. The clown was over me, and then both his knives were in my gut. Let me tell you something. Dying sucks. It's a single, painful second that lasts an eternity. Let me tell you something else. My brother really was wrong when he said ghosts aren't real.